Have you ever wondered what happened to the Vikings and their cities? I asked the same question and found the oldest still standing Viking city in Sweden. So in my pursuit of answers from history, I began my journey running to the train station.
The train got cancelled. So yeah, I'm taking the other train.
The Vikings and merchants from all over Europe rode into this town with boats, and I had to take the train. It's a lot faster, but not as glamorous. This train ride cost around $3.50 and took 10 minutes to Knivsta.
No, because of the detour I have to pay another $3.5. It's not the worst, and I'm in Märsta. But still, man, what the hell? Cancelled trains? Alright, to the bus.
I thought about all the stories about Vikings you have been fed with over the years. In games, movies, and countless TV shows. You have Vikings, you have Vikings Valhalla, Valhalla Rising, Valhalla again, Vinland Saga. For Scandinavians, this is something that everyone says we should be proud of, the Vikings. And I was now on my way to the oldest still standing Viking city in Sweden. Arriving to Sigtuna felt a little strange. This is it? Where are the Vikings? Founded around 980 AD, Sigtuna is considered as Sweden's first true city. It was built as a center for trade, administration, and royal power by King Eric the Victorious. Sigtuna had an early urban planning with streets, houses, and markets. It was around the same time Sweden's oldest Viking town started to fall apart, Birka. Founded in 700 AD on Birch Island, just 40 kilometers south, many people speculate about why that was. Online people say it was because of a few reasons. New trade routes emerged, and the vulnerability to attacks caused Birka to lose its importance. So with the fall of one town, another one came into play. So there I was, on the oldest main street in Sweden. It has kept its original route for over 1,000 years and remains the heart of town. Walking along the big street today, you follow the same path as Viking merchants and medieval traders once did. Here is also Sweden's smallest town hall, built in 1744. While walking around there, I stumbled on a runestone. Sigtuna is the most runestone-rich destination in the world, many of which date back to the Viking Age. These stones were often memorials of important individuals, engraved with runic inscriptions telling stories of travel, family, and achievements. It was so cool to see this message from a Viking 1,000 years ago. Their message has echoed through time, there and back again, to this exact moment. In that sense, you can almost say that these stones are like time machines. Right? 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 Say right one more time. Right? Bro, what the f? Yo, I'm joking, man. Right? When Sigtuna was founded, it was located closer to the water. Due to post-glacial land uplift, the old harbor area has risen several meters since Viking times. What was once a shoreline in 1000 AD is now inland. The harbor was a key part of the town's Viking economy, receiving goods from across Scandinavia and beyond. Just standing here looking over the coast and imagining it being full of Viking ships and merchants, all wanting to trade something. Which brings me to the next subject, money. But first I gotta eat some lunch.
Potato, egg, and sausage. I'm hungry. It looks weird, but I'm gonna eat it.
So good.
Oh yeah. Bro! What is that sound? By the way, Uppåkra, Old Lund and Old Uppsala was also older Viking town. But to be honest, hardly anyone lives there anymore. Like, people live in the area, but it's just some scattered around houses. I'm saying this right now because I know the comments will come and be like,
Lund and Uppsala was older.
Like you can see, this is Uppsala from Vikings, and this is Old Uppsala in reality. The reality is still really cool with like these Viking king graves. But honestly, since when do we have waterfalls? Like, Uppsala is the flattest like city ever. Oh yeah.
Alright, back to the money. Around the year 995 AD, King Olof began minting Sweden's first coins in Sigtuna, like the first coins ever in Sweden. The coins were modeled after English coins. This was a huge step for Sweden, shifting from trade to a money-based economy. You traded the fish, right? And you maybe got bread, but now you started using the real cash, you know? And I think they were silver coins. One coin in good conditions from this time could go for over $3,000. What?
What? You never know.
Sigtuna is home to three major medieval church ruins: St. Peter's, St. Olof's and St. Lawrence churches. So Sigtuna played a key role in Sweden's Christianization. They played a key role in Sweden's Christianization, being one of the first places where churches were built. And Christianity slowly replaced Norse beliefs, and pagan rituals were phased out. These stone churches, built in the 11th and 12th century, marked the transition from the Viking Age to medieval Christian Sweden. It's just so crazy to see this actual cultural shift happening before my own eyes. And there I was, seeing the Vikings slowly burning down and the medieval age rising from its ashes. But the decline of Vikings came with another downfall. In 1100 AD, Sigtuna began to lose its importance as trade shifted elsewhere, because of two big reasons. A Karelian raid, possibly from Finland or Russia. Literally pirates attacking Sigtuna, causing chaos. And just because of its geographic accessibility, Stockholm had started to flourish. It was basically just easier to defend and get to by boat. In 1200 AD, Stockholm had become Sweden's dominant city, while Sigtuna remained a small town. And that was the start of Stockholm becoming the capital of Sweden. Before researching this video, I never thought it was all connected. From the Vikings in Birka to Sigtuna, and eventually Stockholm becoming what it is today. Everything is more connected than we think. In the 1700s, it was only around 100 people still living in Sigtuna. Despite its decline, Sigtuna remains one of the most historically rich towns in Sweden. Many original wooden houses from the 18th and 19th centuries still stand along the main street. Another fun fact is that in 1963, Sweden's current king, called the 16th Gustav, actually went to high school here, in this very building. 10 years later, he became king. Today, 2025, with the rise of different schools, buildings and luxury of the car, around 11,000 people live here in this city and 50,000 in the region. And you wonder how many of their ancestors were actually descended from the Vikings from this very town. Or maybe I was. Maybe my great-great-great-grandfather sailed all the known seas. That could explain my desire to explore, even though I have problems with my stomach every 5 minutes. Because why go through all the pain of IBS to then decide to seek what triggers it the most? Something's up, and I'm going to the bottom of it. Sorry, maybe that was too much information, but oh well, fuck it.